Hello, one and all, back to the dissonance complex, where I am now a burrito because it's 30 degrees and nobody can stop me. Um, this is our Chronicles game where we watch a bunch of 15-year-olds go through a life-changing event of a coming of age stories. Except this is D&D, so nothing happens without a shit ton of trauma. We're making your rogue backstory, and we only have one of them. That is a rogue, for clarification, audience. um, Once again, we don't have our full cast because it is February. Everybody's getting sick. Um, I feel like that sums up my next point.
Sorry, I have strep again.
Oh, you're fine. Um, that's just allergies. Um, but as we come into the game, last session they ended after getting the reward and talking to a dragonborn. But we're going to move slightly a bit back before they went to rest and coming home from everything, where we see a Vanan, you have spent the day with they're about a 7'8", a tall furbolg. Compared to most that usually have a normal build or like a bit more muscular in cases like you, where you were farmed at a lot of hard labor, you've built some muscle throughout the years. He is a slender, I guess the best way to put it for like idea, he gives very big twink energy.
Okay.
Just a very slender, small little dude. Um, He's wearing like a long sleeve t-shirt, a vest, high-waisted pants. Main reason because I was too lazy to not use, therapist standard stereotypes.
He's
And
just a cool therapist.
he's just a cool therapist because he's like wearing a hat. Um he's wearing a hat. And you know what? Just for the jokes, the hat says cool therapist.
Right.
Um he is
There's
a
a
bard.
therapist hat specifically.
Yes, he custom ordered a hat because he's that type of person.
Ah, kind of like a hipster with too much
Yeah.
money.
Um, he spent at least the last like 8 hours with you. He cleared out his day. Um, some of it has just been, you guys just talking about like how school's been going, your friends, moments where you guys talked about your family, and a big reason why he moved out the 8 hours for you, just mainly focused on you, is to tell you that your entire family's dead and your brother's been missing for 300 years.
Kind of figured that my family was dead, considering that I wasn't gone for 2 weeks and instead was gone for 300.
That does seem to be a byproduct of displacement within the time stream for us adventurers. But how does that make you feel? Do you have support systems to help you?
Uh, does a surfer bunny and a mushroom count?
It counts if you want it to count.
That's all I got right now.
Then a surfer bunny and you said a mushroom?
It talks.
It's been a bit since I've been to that floor. Exactly 250 years since I've been to that floor.
I am a little confused though about my brother. He's been missing as long as I've been. Where'd he go? I would have assumed that he was just dead too.
Well, by all technicality, our race can survive that long. It's more of when he reached the age where he's allowed to take his own tower exam. He chose to, went through all the years of schooling, and the fuck you, he According to record, he joined a secret society for darker sides of magic, and once he graduated, nobody ever saw him again, at least on this floor.
That just don't sound like my little brother.
Hi, random person in Nuts background.
With my fiance.
uh, um, I just wanted to acknowledge it. Just for some reason, my brain just went hi.
Shared bedroom, I don't have an office.
But anyways, getting back to it, grief can do a lot for a person, even if that means changing the entirety. Oh, I think that's him in the chat. Just in my bad. Anyways, um, but grief changes a person. It causes stress hormones to bond to one's DNA, and that can not only change the way that they cope, the way they think, but the way that they even function in day to day.
There's a lot to take in. So nobody knows what happened to him?
No, we at least believe that he is alive, as his gift still has not transferred to someone else.
Is there any way I can find him?
You can climb the tower.
All right. Well, uh, I guess that's where I would want to go then. Next is start that. I mean, am I allowed to do that?
You would have to complete the academy first.
All right.
Mm.
Well, I mean, I want to find my family. If I have family left, then I want to find them.
That is a noble pursuit for you to go after, but do keep in mind that if you're focusing on the past, you will ignore the family that you are creating here and now.
Well, I would hope that they would want to help me if they're truly family.
Mm. Well, I'm pretty sure that with time, compassion, and growth between your relationships, and let's be honest, trauma bonding, um, you guys will become a wonderful force with a talking mushroom and a cosmic bunny. Sorry, I'm still trying to like get around processing that. It's not against you. The confusion's not on you. It's just personal bias. Um, but
What do you got against bunnies?
it's not the bunny, it's the cosmic part of the sentence that he's struggling with.
Wait, nobody said anything about cosmic. They
I
called
say surfer.
Thumper a surfer bunny.
Uh, to be fair, he does have detect thoughts on you as well. It's one of his bard abilities. Tis baby cosmic horror in bunny form. That's one way to describe, the boy. Um, but as you grow and change with them, it is important to. It isn't. It's a saying that you become what you fear the most. If you focus on the idea that all you want is your brother, you might, without realizing, start pushing them away. And times, for those who have been displaced, it is not advisable to constantly focus on the past. You may focus on getting your brother back, but you must also remember that there are people and relationships here and now that you must foster.
Well, I'll keep that in mind.
Do you want me to order lunch before we continue?
I am feeling a little peckish.
Do you want some ramen? I know this amazing ramen place.
I don't know what that is, but I'm willing to try anything.
Oh yeah, I forgot in your time period, ramen was still for rich people.
I'm
You
used
what?
to sandwiches and, you know.
I mean, I do know an amazing sandwich place as well.
I'm willing to try the ramen.
Okay. Um. Yeah, you just watch him like pull out a phone, dial a number, and just call someone and orders ramen. Um. But the rest of the afternoon for you just falls with him giving you guidance and talking through some things. Um. Hell, if Vannon would just be like, I just need to like sleep on it for like an hour, he would fully allow you to sleep on the couch.
On the couch, I'm stuck here though.
Um, you watch as throughout the day he's used to like calm emotions on you when things got too much. He's using a constant detect thoughts, just you just seeing your surface thoughts. And to make sure to because he doesn't want to peer in deeper to like break that trust of not telling him things that you're not ready for, but he wants to make sure that what he's saying is proper and you're responding correctly to it. So it's more of him just keeping track of more of like your emotional states, things like that.
Okay.
A couple times when you've rested, he would have used dream to just deep a bit deeper into your subconscious and like understand like where your subconscious mind is at to help him through treatment. And at one point, he would have cast, a bountiful feast for dinner for you all because he was just too lazy and didn't want to order food. um, there would have been a couple times he would have given you breakthrough, which is one of his abilities. When he uses a bardic inspiration die, he can give Vannon advantage on insight checks for self reflection
Hmm,
to just help
quite the
Vannon
therapist.
process things. Oh yeah, he is a bard, College of Therapy. That's his
That's great.
actual subclass. He's a therapist through and through.
That's great.
Okay, I'm curious. Did you specifically create the College of Therapy, or did you find that?
I found it. I've had it like in my like trove of homebrew for like 5 years, and I finally got to use it for an NPC.
Nice.
Mhm. um, but yeah, that night, this is technically before you guys' long rest, but you would have been like all full HP'd. I am assuming that afternoon you would have actually went to a cleric to heal you all after the dragon fiasco. Um, but yeah, Vernon is dropped off at the school by the therapist, just teleporting him and Vannon like into the room, dropping Vannon off, and then teleporting away.
Oh, don't forget, Thumper was dragging that giant dead rat, so he would have buried it somewhere in the yard in the
Oh
academy.
no, you guys put that in the staff of holding.
Oh, and the staff of holding? Wait, can it decay in there?
Nope.
We have a staff of holding?
It's technically a staff
Yeah,
of capture. It's Ro's unique item from the tower
Oh,
that can
okay,
capture
well, we'll,
anything.
we'll figure that out later.
Yes. Um. But yeah, as you guys are just resting, doing whatever you do. What would also and Thumper have been doing that afternoon after your adventures? We'll say it's about 6 at night.
Would the library still be open at the time?
Well, you guys go to academy. The library's open 24/7.
Okay. Thumper would have gone to do a little research on something that he found interesting before he got here.
Okay.
I think you know what I'm talking about, the creature that he found in that book.
Oh yes. Roll me investigation to find the books in your area, or you can talk to the library aide.
I'm definitely going to talk to the librarian
Mm.
because investigation sucks for him.
Yeah, you see this slender woman. While despite being slender, you can tell that she is much more of a dex kind of build. Her movements are almost rhythmic as she's like moving with like the waves of music as she takes a step here and there. Her hair is just a messy like poof of just she was just too lazy to do her hair, and so her curls are just poofing out.
She said she's
Um,
moving to music. Well, what's her race first off? And she's moving to music?
yeah, she appears to be a high elf.
Okay. And what music? Can I hear it or is it something
Nope.
in her ears?
She's not even wearing a headset. It just looks like her movements are just like she's dancing to something.
Screw it. Thumper will move over and just groove with her on principle. He doesn't hear the music, but he's just going to enjoy trying to move with her until he gets her attention. Let her pop in when she's ready.
Oh no, she notices almost instantly, and she just turns her head and just goes, "Do you need help?"
Yeah, I'm looking for an interesting creature in like a book. He will pull out his little book,
Mm.
which seems to have most of the information blacked out, but it does show an illustration of an odd, large-looking creature. Yeah, I found this a while ago, but can't really get any information. It's all blacked out except for this. And he shows the picture.
She will look at the picture and then just thinks for a second. What year are you, sweetheart?
I think it's like first year. Like I just got here.
Hmm. This creature is not in a database accessible to first years, though I can give you information about the floor that it exists on.
But you do know of the creature.
I fought one or two.
Well, I'm not really trying to fight these things. I actually more want to know about the creatures. Like, can they be friendly? I know there's something to do with water, but like very little beyond that. I like water. I like water creatures too.
The creature has been tamed by the inhabitants as
So it
guardians of
can be
cities and
tamed.
guilds.
Really? Can you tell me what it's called?
Hmm. You watch it. She's like kind of like moving side to side, like on her feet. It's clear like she doesn't like to stop moving. Um, and she just goes. It's called a sunburst.
Say that again. I didn't hear you.
Sunburst.
A sunburst? Sunburst. That's kind of interesting. I thought it would be something more like a night-based creature, but that's cool.
No, you watch as she like her hand comes out and a blade appears, like capsulating her fingernail,
Mm-hmm.
and she'll point at a couple different places on the wings where they like they're colorful with like purples and reds and oranges, and she's just like, the floor has no light. These sections right here will mimic sunlight on the floor.
Oh, that sounds cool. It's bioluminescent. Oh, I love that kind of stuff. Yeah.
And because of the pattern within its wingspan, it looks like a burst of light. That
Is
in
it
the
capable of flight?
uh, I have not seen one that's left its floor, but Possibly. Though I find it adorable that the new hatchlings, um, they can't control their bioluminescent abilities yet, so they tend to flash whenever they get really happy, which is where they get the name Sunburst.
Okay, last question before I leave you alone.
Mm.
Okay, what year do I need to be before I can actually, look at the actual material on this?
You need to at least be a second year when you will be studying underwater combat and creatures and monsters.
Cool. In that case, thank you very much for the help.
You are welcome.
And Thumper will go ahead and head back to his room from there.
Mm. Yep, and you watch as the little blade that appeared from her finger disappeared as you were walking away.
Thumper is interested in that, but he's going to leave it alone, thinking it might just be a part of her anatomy.
Mm. I mean, she's an elf. That's not like really something you naturally can do.
I mean, he doesn't realize that, though.
And that's true. Thumper would not understand elves. He spent his
I
entire
mean,
life
he's
as a
had access
changeling.
to, yeah, it's been a changeling, or it's been gods or eldritch beings. That's pretty much it for him. And they aren't exactly fluid with any normal rules.
Well, that is true. Yeah, what have Oslo been doing this afternoon before Vanin returned to the dorms?
Nothing.
Have you just been like chilling on the couch in the dorms?
Yeah.
Mm,
Um, going through my loot, which is pots and pans that I stole from the restaurant.
You know what?
Coming up with a menu. Trying to think of things he needs to buy or steal to
Mm.
make food.
I mean, there's a fridge. Would Oslo have checked to what's in the fridge?
Like, there's
No,
actually a refrigerator?
Oh, yeah.
no. Oslo would assume, based on the two party members that he's met, that there would not be anything good in that fridge.
Fair. But yeah, as you're just chilling, like looking at your pots and pans, making a list to steal, that's when Vanin just gets teleported in.
Hello?
Now, I think your mic is muted if you're talking.
I swear I will never get used to that teleporting stuff. Oh, you're new.
So
Who
are
are you?
you. You must be the one that was at therapy.
Oh, I guess you must have met our other roommates. Yeah.
Yeah, we fought some rats.
Aw, man, I miss out on all the fun.
I wouldn't necessarily call it fun. Um, most of us left with pretty decent injuries.
Well, even more reason for me to have been there. Well, I'm Vannon. It's nice to meet you.
I'm Oslo. Nice to
When
meet
did
you too.
when did you get here?
This morning, my mother insisted I come, but then also is terrible with time, so I'm late.
Well, that's fair. Well, it's a pleasure to have you. I hope you enjoy this.
We'll see. I'm not used to the stillness.
Stillness
Oh
of
yeah,
what?
uh, I lived on a pirate ship,
Oh,
so the not constantly in movement
Oh, yeah,
is
the land sickness. Ugh.
well,
yeah.
that's mighty interesting. We meet all sorts here, it seems like.
Yeah,
I'm from a farm off in the farmlands.
that makes sense.
So, all this is pretty new to me.
Yeah, it's interesting.
You're telling me.
And then I feel like in the most thumper fashion, just burst into the dorm room.
I'm back. How's everybody doing?
Howdy. Where have you been off?
Did a little research at the library.
What'd you
On
find?
I
dragons?
found, yeah, well, I guess it counts as a dragon. He opens up his little book again and shows the illustration of what looks like an aquatic version of a dragon.
Oh.
Hmm.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah,
like a dragon. Its face is a bit more aquatic, of like what you would expect for a creature to have always sat down there. It has a bit of like frills, like an
its
axolotl,
wings
kind
are
of like
kind of shaped like stingray.
the frills on its face, flowing in the ground, kind of like an axolotl to be its gills. And it has a slender, more slick body of what you would expect, like little stumpy legs. Because like, does it really need its legs in the water? But it does have little stumpy legs. Uh, and like in the image, it looks like it's like kind of like kicking them, as it has a large wing spread that look like large manta rays. The top side is a deep dark blue like the midnight sky with like freckles of white of like starry night. The underside, as stated before, had the streaks of like the golds and oranges and pinks like a setting sun. And then it had just like a little like stumpy tail.
What was it
Why were
called? A
you
sunburst? What now?
It's just called a sunburst.
Just a sunburst. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was an interesting creature. I found this book a long time ago, but as you can see, it had like no information in it at all. So I finally figured out what it's called. It's a sunburst
Oh, that's mighty interesting. Why were you looking up dragons?
because the creature's cool. I mean, look at the picture.
It is rather cool.
Yeah. So how was your therapy session? The brain doctor, root around your head.
No, well, sorta, I guess. Uh, he was cool. Uh, I learned that my little brother's still alive somewhere. Uh,
Oh, hey, that's great to hear.
well, he's missing.
Oh, that's not so great. Sorry.
I, I,
Wait, you were gone for like 300 years, though. That makes you like 315, 16. Doesn't that make him like almost as old as you now?
well, that's yeah. I mean, furbolgs live for a pretty long time, but I just sort of assumed he passed along with my parents. He apparently joined some sort of secret underground society and just disappeared from the world after taking his academy final. Uh, I don't really know how I feel about that. There was a lot of information.
Oh,
BRB, I'm getting a very important
bummer.
phone call. Keep role playing.
Okay.
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 Yeah, Thumper is just gonna kind of be like, "Whoa, damn, bummer."
Are
I
Yeah.
you
mean, go ahead, go ahead.
are you gonna look for him?
I'd like to. Um, my therapist said that to find him, I gotta climb the tower and I gotta finish the academy first to do that. So I'll be
I
here.
mean,
Why?
Why do I
I
have
mean,
to
what
finish
else are
the
we gonna
academy?
do?
Yeah.
I have no idea. That's just what the therapist
Surely
said.
surely if if this underground secret society is able to disappear people, they'd have some sort of network on all floors. Surely we could
Possibly.
gather information here.
I mean, if you're willing to help me do that, I would much appreciate that.
I might have some contacts that could help us.
I mean, how many floors are there, though?
Oh, I
Hundreds,
figured y'all would know that better than I would.
I mean,
hundreds, if
I
not
just got here the other day, so I have no idea.
hundreds, if not thousands.
We could probably ask Mr. Teacher, like, what's his face tomorrow? You know, the orc guy.
Oh yeah, certainly.
Dudes.
They keep building floors. I'm not really sure.
Oh,
I don't think they're building new floors.
Well,
Why? We could ask the school itself.
like, like the building, like how our rooms talking.
Yeah,
I don't think so. I mean, the description I got was like each floor is like its own world or something like that. So,
true.
like,
But
maybe it's connected extra dimensionally or something?
I don't think the school is on other floors. But think about it. All teenagers are, for the most part, sent here.
I
And
mean,
Well,
the
are we
schools,
the only school for like 1,000 floors? We're like the only one? Wouldn't there be a lot more kids here?
I don't think it's the only one.
Oh, okay, probably makes a big difference.
According to Mother, it's one of the better ones.
Supper's actually going to jump over the couch and just plop into a seat. He's actually going to look at you like, tell us about your mom.
She is overprotective, overbearing, has power.
is she a pirate?
She's the
Yeah,
mother
you,
of
Mother, what?
mimics. You know how
Uh,
our building is alive?
I
I
do.
was, I was gonna say. So
Um,
like,
he's not related to her. No. One of the few that isn't actually.
well,
Yeah.
so are you?
No, I'm adopted.
Oh, okay.
I mean, she has to have some kind of feelings. I mean, even if she's a pirate, she's got to have some kind of motherly vibe if she's willing to adopt anyone.
Oh no, she is. That's where the overbearing, overprotective. That's why Ro now has that lovely scarf. Um,
Oh, she's too motherly. I get
yeah,
it.
yeah. You know,
How does a mother of mimics end up on a pirate ship?
it's it's also a mimic. Um, she likes to
Wait,
be able to go to yes. So I've only lived in mimics apparently. Um, she likes the ability to go to different floors, see her other children, control things with the power she has.
The ship can go through the floors?
That I'm not 100% sure of. I feel like the answer is yes.
I mean, it's either that or they're like special gates that are just for something as big as a ship to go through.
Can water go up?
I
Um,
don't know. I mean,
it,
is some magical shenanigery? Sure, maybe, but otherwise, I don't think so.
not water, it flies.
Oh, that
It's
makes
an
more sense.
airship.
Yeah.
Dude, Now I want to see your mom shoot him. And on second thought, never mind. I prefer the water, so I'll stay down here.
My DM is back.
Welcome back.
It would be mighty cool to see your mother's ship. It sounds like nothing I've ever seen. Although most of everything here is like nothing I've ever seen. So
Right, you were the one that was lost out in nothing.
uh, I think they call it the Void. That's where I met my other dad. Uh, I'm not.
Was there absolutely nothing, or was there like something there?
Well, they just said other dad, so
I was the only thing there. Otherwise, it was all nothing.
Your dad? No,
I
I've
don't.
never been there.
I don't remember much of it other than my interactions with Pa.
sounds
Tell us about Paul.
lonely.
Uh,
You don't have to if you don't want to.
Yeah, yeah.
he's kind of strange. He's a cosmic entity.
Ooh, I know
Semi-metaphor.
people like that.
Do you?
Oh yeah. Let's see. I've met gods and I've met eldritch beings. Some of them are considered horror. I literally had a god at that time protecting my mind, so I didn't go, well, I am kind of crazy, but not that kind of crazy. That's full scale, eat your poop madness.
That's what he was called, an eldritch being. His name's
Yeah, I've met
Sothoth.
some of those. Zothoth?
Sothoth.
I don't think I know that one.
If you want to give me a history check,
Probably a different one, though.
Who
Me?
Thumper?
yes, Thumper. If you want to give me a history check to see if you recognize the name of this cosmic being.
Uh, okay, I've got a -1 to that, so maybe? Nope, that's a 3.
No, you've never heard of this being in the entirety of your time in cosmic space.
Yeah, sorry, never heard of him. The couple that I met had some really long, complex, convoluted names that don't translate to common, like, at all. It sounds like a hawking up a loogie if I do.
Well, I wouldn't be remiss to say that I might like to hear that. Hear you try at least.
Oh, that hurts my throat. I think that's the best you're gonna get out of me. Deep speech sucks on the throat, man.
Well, my dad just told me to call him Sothoth. He's the being of the void.
Hmm. Like the void. That's no, I never met one of those before. That's like really deep void.
Oh well, I was there for quite a long time.
Yeah, but you said you remember only like 2 weeks of it or something.
Well, that's what it felt like. I thought
Hmm.
I was gone for 2 weeks, and then I come to realize it was 300 years.
So it's probably had a whole bunch of memories. They just all repressed from being out there that long.
Or time's not
Possibly.
the same.
What was that?
Or time's not the same.
I ain't ever thought
Nah.
about it.
I mean,
I
I
mean,
know I was in the void for like 69 years. That was it. Or no, not the void. I was in the astral sea.
Well, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, pretty much go outside, look up at the night sky, and then add a bunch more colors, and then throw in some random magic shit. That's pretty much the astral sea.
That why you're so colorful?
Yeah, I actually took a dip in a sea in a river of magic.
Huh.
I tried to surf it, and I kind of worked, but magic's weird, especially when it's literally in its raw state. The only reason it acted like water was because that's how it felt like at that time.
Huh.
And Ajax put a magical barrier around you.
Oh yeah, like kind of like a skin suit that protected me partially. I still got my fur dyed, but I don't mind that. I actually like the color. And check out the patterns. He actually lifts up his shirt to show off his chest and belly, and you can see a variety of interesting, bright, what look like arcane tattoos all over his body.
That is mighty interesting.
Yeah, I certainly like it. It glows too, especially in the dark. Doesn't show up well under clothes.
How bright does it glow?
If you turn off the lights right now, I might be able to light up like 5 feet at best.
Well, at least we got a moving torch.
5 feet of
Not
bright
gonna
light,
reach
10 feet
very
of dim
far
light.
though. 5 feet of bright light, 10 feet of dim. In
Mhm,
pink, specifically.
mhm.
Well, it's better than nothing, in my opinion.
I still recommend using an actual torch though. It's not reliable at all.
Fair
It's,
enough.
I can just picture you all now in a dark ass cave. And it's like we need a light. Thumper just throws his shirt off.
Might do that now. Thanks for the idea.
Um yeah, as you guys rest, you guys go to we'll assume you guys go to the cafeteria for food. Probably bring Oslo, who's been planning a heist, probably of the cafeteria. And the next morning, runs its rounds. Um, I'm assuming you all go to
Is it
class.
trivia time?
It
Yes,
is
let's go.
trivia
Let's go to
time,
class.
and I am
Yeah, we had a question
assuming
for the teacher.
Vannon is dragging Oslo to class when he tries to escape,
Why would he try to escape?
because it's Oslo.
Well, then, yeah.
I
Here.
think Oslo has fun messing with our teacher.
I would like to try to stab the teacher upon arrival.
Whoa! That's the
Roll to
question.
hit.
Shank, shank, shank.
Let me know if you roll above a 19.
24.
19. What the fuck?
Holy shit.
Yeah, as you try to stab him, he uses his reaction. A magical field appears right in front of you, knocking you directly into your seat.
Like, dude, you gotta teach me that one. I want to learn that trick, dude. He's talking
Which
to the
one?
teacher right now. He's
I was
talking to the
gonna
teacher.
say the stabbing or the aura.
Well, both actually, but I want that one first. He says, pointing to the teacher.
It is an 8th level spell that you will be able to learn at a later time.
Oh, damn, I have to wait more.
So if
He
you
will go
do,
and hop into his seat. Go ahead.
he just goes, if you do wish to, at least study the spell in advance, it is called Ajax's nano barrier.
Ooh. He will write that down as something to look at later on.
Um, but yeah, trivia time.
Oh no.
Woohoo!
Which mainly for Kaylee, because we didn't do trivia in your intro session. You can get an easy, medium, or hard question around like TTRPGs and just nerdy stuff in general. A easy question will give you a +1 to an intelligence check, a medium +2, a hard a +3. If you get the
We'll
answer
go.
right.
I figured.
I
Let's go easy.
Okay, cool. Not me pulling up my phone to have, the trivia notes.
You mean you
Um,
don't have it pre-prepared? How
I do.
shameful,
I just
DM.
have the list on my phone. I'm not gonna like bring out like a box of like post-it notes of like trivia written on them. This isn't like Jeopardy.
Wait,
Oh, good
All
lord.
right.
Sorry, DM. I just have to mess with you. You know that.
So, what spell can cause magic missile to miss?
What are you asking?
Oh, this is for Kaylee, who wanted an easy question.
what spell can cause magic missile to miss?
Yes. And I'll give you a hint. Counterspell is not being considered for the answer of this question.
Okay. um, because that would have been my first guess.
Yeah, I know. It's a very easy thing. Counterspell can be used for a lot of the answers to these questions. That's why I made the note. Counterspell is not an answer.
um, yeah, I don't know.
All right. So also would have failed the quiz, the pop quiz that morning. Um,
I mean, that's not surprising.
it would be the shield spell
Hmm.
or a DC 20 Arcana check. You can technically dodge the magic missile spell with.
Could you use deflect missiles?
That's a monk thing, not a
Technically
spell.
not. Yeah.
But yes, deflect missiles would work on magic missile. It's just a key thing, not a
Right.
must thing. Um, Nut. What would you like to?
Easy.
Easy. Okay. Um, that one's a bit hard. Okay. What school of magic does counterspell fall under?
Evocation?
No, it's abjuration.
Ah, damn.
I'm starting to feel like maybe my easy questions should have been medium.
Nah, I'm just stupid.
It's in character. You're method acting. That's what we're gonna say. Jaeger, easy, medium, or hard?
We'll go with easy because last time you screwed up a hard one.
Hmm. All right. I'm gonna stay in the Arcana section of my easy questions.
Mm-hmm.
How how do you disable a force wall?
Dispel? Dispel magic?
Not if the force wall is already up. If the spell has already been casted, you would want the disintegrate spell.
Dang it. Did not know that.
It looks like we all failed today.
Yeah.
Yep.
God, out of everyone, I thought you would get the magic question.
I mean, I knew the other two, I just didn't answer them because it wasn't my turn.
All right. Yeah. So you both have gotten a 0 on your pop quiz that morning.
All three, you mean?
Honestly, I feel like Oslo never got their test back because for some odd reason I feel like Oslo would trap it when turning it in. So at least two of you
Oh well.
knew you got a 0. Also, has the emotional and mental impact that they probably got a 0. Um, but yes, you go through your classes, lunch comes around. This is your lunch period is a time that I will allow you all to yes.
We had a question for the teacher.
That's at the end when you have homeroom.
Oh, okay.
I remembered.
Yes, teacher.
But your lunch period is a time where you may socialize and do whatever you want, even if that means you eat. It is an hour, and you are able to leave campus to go and eat.
Yeah, Oslo's already left.
I guess Thumper will come along with.
Vanon's got no other friends, so he's gonna follow.
I just like this image in my head. Also, goes to walk off to go do Oslo things. Thumper just starts to follow, and then Vanon's like, "Please don't leave me."
In, in
My
Oslo,
therapist said I need support systems.
Yeah, come on, let's just go see what this one's gonna do. I'm bored anyways.
Sure, can the two of you roll me stealth if you're trying to, watch a rogue?
Thumper's not Thumper's not trying to hide, he's just following along.
Oh,
Oslo
Same.
will try to lose them.
Oh.
sure, roll me stealth against their perception.
Okay, well, let's see. I've got +3.
And
Against the rogue, that might not be enough.
I am gonna do something evil though.
Ooh, I got a 21 perception check.
Kaylee, roll your stealth with disadvantage since Oslo does not know the town. And Vanad, you may roll your perception with advantage since you grew up around the tower in this area.
Hang on.
Are
You're
you
not
saying nothing
always.
in the town changed much over 300 years?
I mean, some things have changed, but overall, the general locations are the
18.
same.
Nice.
23.
Oh, yeah, you lose them within the crowd. You just
Ah,
disappear.
Oslo's gonna go start swiping food and seeing if he can steal from some rich looking people.
Are you just like swiping like food from like some stall vendors?
Yes.
Sure, give me some sleight of hand.
That's a natural 20 or 28.
Sure. How much food would you like to steal?
Are you sure you're level 1?
it's a rogue thing.
Roguish expertise.
Hmm.
Um,
Fucking damn it. Fuck roguish expertise.
I'm gonna just as much as I can. Just
Yeah, okay. We'll say
I would
you
also
get
like to reverse pickpocket if I see any like children that look like they need food.
okay. We're reverse
First
pickpocketing now.
pocket.
Yay! Good person vibes. Yay!
You are able to get hold on, let me roll this one as well. You were able to get 9 rations
Okay.
of different foods.
Okay.
Um
Also, you keep um 3 of those
mhm.
for us,
We'll say
and
you
then
get like some traditional dwarven meals, which also would know that if you're not a dwarf, you will need a constitution check or be poisoned.
They
You
like the
find
spicy stuff.
you find some like elven food. Um, there's some let me roll a luck check to see if there is a vendor here. Cool. Yeah, you do go to a vendor called Pride Stock a Pride Stock vegetarian food truck. Yes, that is setting down lore for someone. I see you smirking. Um, you also just find some other meals that are like just for like humans. Uh, oh, and there's a Dragonborn stall where they just sell raw meat. It's honestly just raw meat.
Okay.
And roll me perception to find some starving children in the back alleys, I guess.
Where's my there it is. Uh 14.
A 14. We'll say you find a couple, maybe like 4 or 5.
Okay.
Mhm.
I will slide a hand like some fruit and bread and stuff into their pockets.
Yeah, I'll just roll perception as a group if you want to roll sleight of hand to see if they notice you doing something. You're gonna need to
20.
beat an 18 in perception.
I got an 18 on the dice for 26.
Alrighty then. Yeah, you were able to give these children food without them realizing it.
Okay.
I ain't never playing cards with you.
Hmm. Absolutely learned that lesson early.
Um, but as we move away from like some of your activities at the start of your lunch, what are the other two doing as you lose Oslo within the crowd?
Well, dang. I guess they don't like to hang out much. Oh well.
My therapist showed me a great ramen place if you want to go.
Do you have money?
Mm, no.
Yeah, me neither. Cafeteria, then, I think, probably be our best bet.
The
Guess
moment that
so.
the backlash of having one party member hold all the money.
So I guess we're gonna go back to the cafeteria.
Can I
Looks like it.
find them before they hit the cafeteria?
Sure, you just
I
fully
think
see them.
you're. Go ahead.
Yeah, they're like at the like doors of the school about to walk in when you spot them again.
Can I like sneak in between the two of them and be like, hand them each food I think they would like?
Stealth versus deception? Not stealth versus deception, perception. Fuck.
Uh, Perception 19.
Okay.
Also 19.
You got a
22.
Nice.
19.
22.
Alrighty then. Yeah, the two of you don't even realize that Oslo has appeared like between the two
I
of you.
just shove food in their mouths. Here.
Like,
What did
where
you
the
give
heck did
each of
you
us?
come from?
Um, what do I give you?
If you want
Well,
to give
you.
me, go ahead.
Okay. No, go ahead.
Say if you wanted to give me a, I don't know, make this a history check to see if you know the traditional diets of a rabbit folk and a furbolg.
History. That's an 11.
Well, rabbit folks are rabbits and they eat vegetables, and furbolgs are tall and have some
I would say
human-like features, so like vegetables.
Vannon did say they were a farm kid, so I would assume that Oslo would equate that with like stew.
Hmm.
But the only meat that I am aware of was raw, so I would have probably grabbed it at the vegetarian place.
Mm, yeah. Vannon, as you looked at this like beautifully wrapped meal, you just see the name Pride Stock Vegetarianism.
After I take it out of my mouth, uh, I kind of stare at it and I'm like, this is my family name.
But
Pride
do
Stock.
you,
That's my name.
do you do you want me to take you there?
Uh, if you don't mind.
Sure.
I'm going to assume Thumper got a carrot.
I would probably have also given you the stew.
It is
And
vegetarian.
being that Oslo is also vegetarian, that's what he has as well.
B, BRB, I'm getting another phone call.
Okay.
Sorry,
Okay.
y'all. You know your DM is having to do phone call shit. If you guys are okay with doing like 3 hours today, if we all just want to take like a 15-minute break to use the bathroom, grab snacks now, we can.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
Okie
We'll
doke.
all right. We'll all be back, y'all. Let me just since you guys are connected to the stream, since I was on a different, slide, I'm unable to hear y'all. No, no, because you guys are completely Hi guys, we're back, and ignore me who forgot to mute my own mic during, the commercial break. Ah! But yes, I have no idea really what the conversation was before we went on break, but 'cause I was on the phone. Oh yes. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah. So you guys are able to get to the food truck very easily. I mean, it's in the normal district for like visitors. You see a young looking female Philbolg, wearing like traditional, farmer attire that Vanin would recognize as just farmland attire. It's very simple, like just some like leather garb in case, like some of the bulls got like a bit, feisty. You guys tend to wear like leather armor, like just traditionally. Um, and from the back, she looks like a younger version of your mother, as she's just cooking and hasn't recognized you all have walked up. She simply turns and once again, she looks like a spitting image of like a your mother from photos you saw in your childhood. And she will just go, yes, sweetheart? Would you like to order something? Mm. Yeah, she will look down as when you look closer, she has a marking like in the middle of her forehead. If anyone wants to make me a religion check to recognize the marking. Okay. Kaylee, 13. So Thumper's the only one who recognizes this, which is arguably, underlined for Thumper's intelligence. This is the mark of the goddess of fate and usually worshipped by those who are oracles. She will basically, like dust her hands off from like what she was cooking and just like you watch as she casts prestidigitation to clean her hands because well the truck doesn't have running water. um, she will step out of the back and she's shorter than you in like every form of the way. How tall was Vannon again? Remind me. Okay, yeah, she is only like 6'6", so like she's considered very short for she's a short stack compared to the other Solbergs. Um, she walks up and just goes, "May I see your hand?" As she takes your hand, she flips it over and looks at your palm. She'll trace like some of the lines as she casts a cantrip palm reading. So I can ask you three questions and you have to answer me honestly. Um, First, she's going to ask what Vannon's alignment is. Hmm. She's going to ask what is your name and what is your chosen name as one question. Mhm. Okay. Um, she's also this one I'm going to roll for her third question. She is wanting to look into your past to validate the story. She can look up to a month within the past, which would allow her to see into the void, but it's just saying if the void magic is guarding you against her divination. Oh, she breaks through it with a natural 20. um so yeah, as she does this and she's reading your palm, the glow on her forehead, the symbol appears. And as she steps by, she grabs her chest a bit and she just goes, "Hmm, Great Uncle Vannon." Mm. That should fix it.
Testing, testing.
Can you hear us now, guys?
Can-
Blah,
Did I fix the technical difficulty?
Not yet. Oh, one.
Yee, yeah,
Yee. Yee yee.
yee. So to sum up the other half of the conversation, got the answers required, and um, we had a little panic of Vannon trying to speak. Oh, if I'm a bit
Annan's nervous.
quiet, let me pop my own volume up a bit, and I'll pop you guys down a little bit. There we go. That should help with a bit of balancing. Um, yes, and here at the
testing,
Dissonance
testing.
Complex, if we're having tech difficulties with audio, please put it in the chat because I don't always notice it. Main reason because everything on my end I can hear. It's just sometimes, it doesn't always transfer to stream and I need to push a couple buttons. Um, but yeah, she just referred to you as Great Uncle Vannon.
Great uncle? I got nieces and nephews. You're one of them?
Oh yes, we still run the farm.
Well, that's great. I hadn't heard anything about it other than my parents passing and my little brother getting lost, so I just assumed the family was no more.
I mean, they haven't told you about she thinks for a moment if she should like continue her sentence and she just goes, well, the cats are kind of already out of the bag. Has nobody told you about your sister?
My sister?
Well, yes, after you disappeared and you're the one that shall not be named, um, went off, great grandparents had another child, a little girl.
No, no, no. Nobody's told me anything about that. Is she still around?
Sadly, mom died about 50 years ago.
I see. Sorry to hear that.
Do not worry. It was during the attack of entropy upon the farmlands, and she died protecting us.
I wish I could have met her. She sounds like a wonderful woman.
She was sometimes a bit stubborn, manipulative when she needed to be. And some people described her as, and I'm not proud of what I'm about to say, but I heard a lot of the younger folks called her a muscle dummy mommy. Still trying to figure that one out.
I've heard that one before.
You're skipping over that. You're the spitting image of my mother.
I've been told that a lot while I was growing up.
It's rather shocking. You also said that my brother was he who should not be named. Do you have any more insight into that? All I know is that he disappeared after the academy.
Sounds like he was a black sheep.
He
There
never was
are
when we were alive, or when I was. Um, I'm still getting used to this.
there are things that I must hold because after your disappearance and thou shall not be named, um, things happened. Um, my mother was blessed by the goddess as a cleric, a fate. Um, she saw things of the future for both of you, and that gift was passed down to me as a sorcerer of destiny, or most people would call me an oracle.
See, uh, and are you willing to tell me these things?
Probably best to do that in
Yeah.
private. I don't think the middle of the street is a good place for that.
She will look at you and just go, the passage of time and fate within itself is a very difficult thing. An oracle has the ability to read every single pathway that flows through the, I guess a way to make sense to you is the astral sea. As time itself flows and weaves through multiple connecting pathways, like a river carving one's destiny, a single change can cause an effect on how events play out. And if I were to tell you this information, everything that I tell you will no longer be the true destiny that is going to happen.
Is this that causality shit that Ajax used to talk about? Oh, that stuff made my head hurt.
Though, fun fact, the butterfly effect does not exist. I just want to toss that out there that it's a horrible theory and actually completely incorrect. Just because a butterfly flaps its wings in Australia does not mean. I like how I just made Australia canon without thinking about it. Uh,
I was thinking the same thing.
um, you know what? She's an oracle. She can see the past. Just because a butterfly flaps its wings in Australia does not mean in, Britain that a tornado is going to form.
Well, do I? I guess the real question is, do I want whatever this destiny is you're talking about?
It will be bittersweet, but is the better outcome of the pathways.
Well, all right then. Uh, do you have one of these? And I hold up my little phone.
Now you watch as she flips her hand and it appears in her hand, and she's like, "Sorry, I left it at home."
It doesn't seem like much of an issue for you.
Mother taught me a spell. It's called retroactive. If I forget an object at home, I can cast a spell to tell myself from the past to pack it for me.
Well, it's a mighty fine spell. Would you mind giving me your number? I would like to keep in touch with my niece.
Mm.
Actually, for that matter, how much of the family is alive or exists now?
Good question.
Yeah. She'll hold basically her finger out, and a small like stream of magic will come off like her wedding ring.
Oh,
And yeah, this is how I'm revealing she has a wedding ring. Um, and the information is basically dropped into your phone for you.
I'm never gonna get used to this. And he puts it back in his pocket.
Yes, and she will look at you and just be like, "My name is Sophia."
Well, it's very nice to meet you, Sophia.
And before you ask, because I know your friend already said this, but it just processed in my head. Um, just me, my husband, and our three children, triplets.
That's all that's left?
Uh, as far as we're aware, the one that shall not be named has not had children, and well, you're 15, so I don't think you had any kids while you were in the void.
No, ma'am.
I hope not.
There was nothing there for me to have kids with.
She'll look at you, and even though you're her uncle, she's still older than you. She's 250 years old, but she's still technically older than you. Um, and she'll look at you and just be like, "Do not lie to me, mister. I was able to see what was in the void."
I ain't gonna have kids with a cosmic entity that I call Pa.
Not the first being to have, sex with a cosmic entity.
Stumper's like, oh damn, even I'm not willing to cross that line. Shit.
Yeah, she just like goes so how much did you pay for your meal before? Did you eat like the stew, the salad, the steak?
I look I look
Actually,
down
that
at
one just gave it
Oslo.
to us.
Oslo's not standing there anymore as soon as she brings up paying for it. He
No, she's
disappears into the
asking
crowd.
how much, not that you have to pay for it.
I don't know how much my disappeared friend paid for it. We were just given it.
Uh, um, she'll look and realize you have the stew. And I believe a stew was also given to Thumper, correct?
Thumper.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. She'll hand each one of you 1 gold, being like, "Don't worry, it's on the house. Think of this as a refund."
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Mhm, mhm. Well, of course, family does not
Thumper
mean
is actually going
failure.
to Thumper's actually going to study the coin just to figure out if there's anything interesting about it.
Mhm. Yes. No, it's just a normal gold coin. I mean,
I mean, it's different from the shiny rocks that he used.
yeah. I will say the face of it does seem to have the face of Cheyenne Buell, the protector of the city.
Interesting. Carry on.
Um, but is there anything else you guys want to do during your lunch period?
Nah, I think it's probably best we head back to the
Mm,
school.
Agreed.
mm.
Can I find a jeweler or blacksmith?
But I'll ask you this question: in the steel network or out of the steel network? That's gonna change the
Out.
modifier I'm adding out of the steel network. You find one shop. Um, it's the size of a skyscraper. There's multiple things. They have multiple signs trying to entrance you in. As you open the door, you get a puff of cold air, and the inside of it smells like brownies.
Ooh.
It basically, if you've ever seen the inside of an Apple store, it looks like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a Samsung girly, but I have been in an Apple store.
We'll pop off of your Samsung. Mm-mm.
um,
Android forever!
can I walk up to one of the workers?
God, I'm just making this such a meme. Uh, as you walk up to one of the workers, you just see like this skinny, nerdy guy in a high-waisted pants, a brown belt, and like a festive button-up. And by festive, it's like plaid, but it's like green plaid instead of red plaid. He's wearing a tie that just says orange support member. Yeah, I'm naming this place the Orange Group. Um and he like pushes up his glasses and just goes, "How may I help you?"
Going full nerd. Awesome.
Hi. I have this bag of random gems, not stone, iron shavings, things like that. Um,
Do you
I'll
know
pour some
if
out.
it's go ahead.
I'll pour some out into my hand. Now, I don't think it's really worth a whole lot.
Mm. He looks at it and you see like his glasses glow as he's like casting detect metal. Another spell that has been created. And he looks at it and just goes, "I deeply apologize about the service that I'm gonna have to provide, but because these metals are not 100% purity, we cannot use them in orange products." I don't know why he just became a little bit of a basic girly there at the end.
Because it's
I
you.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay. First of all, don't want your overpriced products.
Our products are revolutionary within the tech industry.
Oh, honey, this is not steel.
When you mention like Steel Enterprises, his eye just flinches for a second. He's just like, well, unlike Steel Enterprises, orange
Oh,
is
honey,
the
I would be,
epitome.
honey, honey. I'd be very careful about what you say next, because see, well, I'm here as a courtesy with my connections that I do have with steel. I was offering you business. Obviously, it's unwanted by someone of your put on class you seem to think you deserve. But obviously, I'm not welcome here, which is fine. But I'll make sure that my mother knows that as well.
Listen, if you bring us materials that are at least a 100% purity, then we will be able to, take your products. But as of right now, that it's only a 98.7% purity, we are unable to use the metals within the orange products.
Honey, the only purity here is you and the rest of your unfuckable friends.
Damn.
If you must know, I get many bitches. So many bitches.
Oh, imaginary ones and the ones that you create with
Roll
minor illusion
perception.
don't count. And neither do your robot friends.
You look over and a Warforged just looks at you like, don't include me with these assholes.
I will look at the Warforged. Sorry, no offense to you, but honestly, way better. You could do so much better than this
I mean, I
creature.
could, but like, I kind of need to get a repair soon, and like they got like good health benefits
I,
before I fully quit. I'm really
I
just paying for
mean,
the insurance for like another month.
I get that. Look, you gotta do what you gotta do, but I can tell
Oh,
better things are coming.
and by bitches he means his right hand and a pillow.
And half the time can't get that either.
Yeah, I feel
Okay.
like his
Well,
arms might get a bit too tired lifting up a phone. Um,
yeah. Okay. Well, this has been fun and absolutely useless. I knew I should have stuck with, well known, established places. And I will walk out.
yeah. Do you wish to try another shop?
Um, can Oslo look for one that looks like they would cater to, like, knowing what Oslo knows about Ajax?
Hmm.
I want to find one that would be geared towards the people who don't have money.
Oh yeah, you are basically, and for you specifically, you're about to see some of the influence of Cheyenne Buell and Ajax. You go through the town. Um, as you get to the more shady and underground portions of the town, would you just keep walking or would you start to stealth?
Um, I mean, this is definitely where Oslo would feel more comfortable given his background,
Hmm.
but out of habit would stealth.
Okay, give me a stealth check then.
Um,
I think the other two would probably be back in class by now.
Oh
an
yeah, you guys are
18.
fully in class at this point. Go.
Okay.
You are able to stealth by. You just see like some like much like higher ranking like adventurers and criminals are able to spot you, but like the day to day, you're completely hidden.
Okay.
Um, and you find what seems to be a shop that's made out of wood. It seems to have a lot of damage on the outside doors, and as soon as when you get close enough, you just fully hear a concussive blast, and a this like big like bulky what looks like a leader of like a yakuza just get blown out of the door with it, and then you just see like a bugbear like walk up, very rugged. He's wearing like an apron, and he's just sitting there holding a giant like war hammer like on his shoulder, and just goes, "If you're gonna cause trouble in my shop, you better be prepared to die." And then he's just gonna walk back inside, and you watch as he a door regrows from the floor.
Oslo will definitely grin at that. That is my kind of people.
Mhm.
Um, Oslo will knock on the door.
I want you to know you the door doesn't open, but you just physically hear from the inside. Who the fuck knocks in this town?
An outsider offering business.
Just come in.
I'll come in.
Yeah, getting a closer look at him. He's about 5'10", a bit on the shorter side. He has that
Taller.
traditional dad bod, very strong arms, big belly.
Hi. Um, how much would it cost to make a necklace or four?
Depends. What's it for? Do you want it enchanted? And materials we're bringing, I have to have used my own, and if you don't have the cost, you can always, get it and owe me something later.
Yeah, I can imagine that would be an option. Well, I would like to have this melted down. I will hand him the bag of
Yeah. He'll take the bag of like irons and coppers and like some other like shavings, and he's like, melted together into an alloy or melted separately into their distinctions.
together.
Hmm. He does look like he just pulled out like a book to flip through a couple pages and just goes, "This will give you a specified alloy. Uh, we're looking at. This is a weird way to name this steel, but it's strip steel.
Okay.
Ripstein?
Apparently, it was made by a stripper in the back of the day who was an artificer who was able to accidentally make a metal alloy that can conduct electricity as well as send it out into a concussive blast or be used in the perpetual motion machines that power the city. That's also the core of that.
Interesting. So it could potentially be used as a conductor
Mhm.
if needed.
Or portable charger.
Portable charger's good. Okay.
Question.
Mhm.
By any chance, have you showed him Thumper's bag of shiny rocks? I'm curious what those are.
That's what this is. A
Mhm.
mixture of like
Oh,
rocks and metal shavings.
oh.
And what about the gemstones or stones or rocks?
Yeah, some garnets, rubies, sapphires, I think an onyx, and I think this one is an amber. Um, in most cases, I could maybe make you I don't think I could make a choker or a really big weapon, maybe a dagger. Um, but
Of gym.
preferably with the material that you've given me, I could make you a bracelet of are we using this for like a rogue, a spellcaster, druidic?
Yes to some of those. See, I'm looking for 4 individual pieces. Nothing big per se, but
Hmm. I could make you each a bracelet with an indented gemstone, one to represent 4 individuals. Uh, with attunement, I will have to contact my son to help with the enchantment requirement. But I could make you displacement bracelets for the 4 of you that would when activated, it will make it hard for you to hit. Or as a reaction, each one of you can switch places with another.
okay. And how much would that cost for the 4?
Uh, that would be about mm, 25 per bracelet, 100 gold. You're giving me material. We can drop that down to 80. Uh, so, yeah, make it 50 gold even.
Okay. I will need some time to think of the design
Mhm.
as well
Uh,
as get the gold together.
do you have at least 2 gold uh, on your boy?
I do.
You want to go and put the down payment? I can have my son working on the enchantment, and as long as you give me a design within the next couple weeks, I can have your thing done by your final.
Awesome. I will slide over the 2 gold.
Mm. Yeah, he'll take it, and you watch as he casts like a small form of magic, just to make sure the gold is real to not counterfeit. Um, he will then look at you, being like, if preferable, we can put you on a payment plan with no interest, or there's a favor option if you can only pay a certain amount, or I would request it all when the item is created.
Um, I think we should be able to come up with it by the time of finals, but a payment plan might be helpful.
Yes. Would you like the 12-month payment plan to pay it off by your finals, or would you like to pay it off sooner?
Let's go with by the finals.
Okay. Give me a second to pull up a calculator as the DM to do some quick math.
What is 50 divided by 12?
Um, he will look at you and be like, then that would be about 5 copper, no, 5 gold and 3 copper a month.
Okay, sounds
Uh,
good.
Wonderful. And instead of you coming here, I'll have one of the errand boys deliver it for you.
Okay.
Yeah, he will wave you goodbye, and you see the man once again try to sneak in, and then he literally just grabs his hammer and smacks the guy out of there, leaving a human-shaped hole in the wall. And he just goes, I am so glad that Ryan has this place made out of living trees. And you watch once again as the wall heals itself.
Okay. Oslo will head back to school.
Yeah, we'll say you get there during last period, aka homeroom. The only time you have to basically deal with your advisor that needs to make sure you're not causing trouble.
Oh no, Oslo will go back to the dorm.
Oh, you're just skipping the last class in the entirety. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, for the other two, I believe you guys had questions for your teacher. You're muted
Did
again.
we?
How many floors are in the tower?
Oh yeah.
Ones that you guys can investigate now. No, that's the wrong voice. That is not the voice of the orc. That is the voice of your sister, your niece. Uh, his is deeper. Uh, if you want to know the floors that you can, reach now, or the floors in all totality.
Both. Let's do both.
Well,
Don't forget to cut your jaw
mhm,
forward.
this floor is the only one that you can currently go to. Until you at least pass your final is when you'll go to unlock the first 10 if you don't die. And in all totality, I believe through Ajax's research, we discovered there is an average, the most adventure gets to floor 520. Though in throughout the years of Ajax's exploration, we discovered a minimum of 720.
Well, damn. That's a lot of floors.
Eh,
Does it keep growing?
That is something you will discover after your final.
Ah, all right. And you said we'd only be able to unlock 10 of them after our final?
Yes, your second final will give you 20. Your final of all the school will bring you to floor 30. Then after that, you're allowed to explore as you please.
Alrighty. Oh, well, that's all I had to ask. Thank you.
You're welcome, farm boy.
I go back to my seat.
Thumper, have any questions?
Correct. He's actually going to walk up and show him the picture of the creature.
Mm,
Librarian said this was a sunburst. What floor can I find this guy on?
120.
He will make sure to note that down next to the picture. For 120. How very nice. Thank you. And he will just go back to his desk.
Like how I need an even number and my go-to is just add something 20. Um,
I think it's
my
because you're imagining the 420.
No, it's literally in my notes. Most floors that are notable are like 120, 220, 320. But yes, as is that all you wanted to know from him?
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm. Well, how would you all feel if we go ahead and skip a year and end this session with the start of your finals?
Sounds good
Sounds
to
good to
me.
me.
Mhm. So a year of schooling has passed. You all have gotten older, except for Vannon, who looks the same that he was a year ago. New scars have been formed, friendships have been born. You all are loaded onto a rowboat.
I
While
have a
there's
question.
yes.
Sorry. In this year,
Mm-hmm.
Oslo would have gotten to know the rest of the group well enough to
Mm-hmm.
know which symbol would represent each character
Mm-hmm.
for their bracelets.
Mm-hmm.
So, what would be each person's symbol?
Um, So we see Vannon has the Cheyenne Buell symbol. Oslo, you have your mothers, and then Roe and Thumper have the symbol of Ajax.
Okay, so like that's their like, but like what about their personal symbols? Like it would represent just them, not necessarily
Okay,
like
yeah.
their lineage or whatever or who they're connected to, but like would thumpers be like a surfboard?
So we'll say like the main symbols there, but there are like some other symbols around the bracelet to represent the user.
Yeah.
Um, Vannon's seems to have the symbol of a shepherd's hook, and wrapping around it there is a snake. And within the center of the hook itself, the cobra head seems to spread behind it.
Like mouth open or like the head itself is just like
Mouth. Yeah. Let me
okay.
clarify. The mouth is what I meant by that.
It's like
Listen, I had a CPAP machine the other day. My brain is now trying to function without it. Okay, give it a moment. But yeah, it's jaw. Jaw's a better word than head. Its jaw spreads open around the top of it.
okay. Okay.
Um, Oslo has the symbol of a what looks to be a dagger going through a heart with like a cloud symbol behind it. Thumper sees Thumper has a clock, which is one of the base symbols of the Ajax Church. One of them's a clock. But unlike that one, you
Ooh.
see streams of magic swirling all around it as this and looking deeper into the symbol, it actually seems that this image is plastered on a surfboard. Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm. And then I will personally message Luke what theirs looks like. But they have a what seems to be a rose dripping with a fluid off of the stem, and the rose itself looks like it's almost decaying.
Okay. Um
Question, DM.
Yes.
Would it be all right if Thumper actually went to visit the Church of Ajax at some point before the year was over?
I mean, sure, if you want to
Uh,
quickly play out going to the church, we can
if you
before.
wouldn't mind, I would like to do that. He would
Yeah.
have done this solo during a free time.
Mhm. Yeah, it's fine. Would you go to the main church out of the tower in the farmlands, or would you go to the one that is attached to fuck you?
He would have gone to whatever the one Ajax indicated held the guy named Flanders. He's never met him, but he wants to.
So that would be the one you would have to have a higher ranking adventurer take you to the floor to meet him.
Crap.
Uh
Would I
it's
be able to?
yeah, if you ask your mentor, I forgot if I we'll just call him Dave. I just realized I never gave him a name. His name is now Dave. He's Dave the orcish wizard.
So
Um
yeah, he would have asked Dave to take him to meet Flanders at whatever Ajax church he's in.
yes, as he would have taken you through a portal. And as you go to floor 2, you hear the notification as a small screen appears in front of you that just says, "Welcome to Zombieland."
Zombieland. That sounds. Oh yeah, I remember those stories. Zombieland. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, and you see a big building that seems to be one of the buildings seems to be a guild hall. You can see a pathway like lined with holy symbols and essences that are like making it so this way adventurers can safely get there without having to fight zombies. Um, and the building right next to it seems to be a large church, as both buildings go into the sky and covered by clouds. They have the windows look broken and the buildings look tattered, and one of them even looks like it's gonna fall over. But that's just Zombieland.
It looks like a decaying city, I'm guessing.
Yes. Um, would you check the guild hall first for him, or would you go directly to the citadel? I guess is the best way to put it, of the church.
I think Thumper would say Citadel, most likely.
Mm.
At least, well, from what he remembers being told about Flanders, the guy was devout, basically a
Yes.
zealot.
Mm. You are able to watch into the church, and you see multiple clerics who the most religious halls are like worn with statues and ornaments and things to show their religious cause. In this church, the first floor seems to be a giant library with a symbol of Ajax Steel in the center of it.
Oh, they really did deify him pretty hard, didn't they?
Mm. Um, do you read the placard on the statue?
Sure, why not?
Cool. So first you see Ajax the Mad Engineer, god of the a god of technology and artisans. And then just lastly, it just adds creator of magic and war forges.
Creator of magic in general?
There's an apostrophe. That's just like go to bookshelf 37-8 section B for more information.
Actually, I think he would mark that down in a notebook on both notes, Warforges and the magic, just because he is curious. He'll look at that another time when he
Yes.
can come here on his own. But yeah,
Um
he will speak to one of the close by clerics and ask if he can meet with Flanders.
yeah, you look at by like one of the nearby clerics and as you speak to him he just goes like, "Yo, what up, bro?"
Hey, how's it going, homie?
Uh Going good, my man. Just doing my fucking studies for my spells.
Who is this guy?
He's one of the high-ranking clerics in the church.
Is he a Warforge or is what is he?
Oh, yeah, you might want to know his race. That might be important. He's a bugbear.
A bugbear?
Hmm.
Huh. So yeah, he's just gonna do the whole dude bro thing,
Hmm.
that bro handshake and just shoulder bump him.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm looking for a guy named Flanders. I don't really know titles or anything. I was just told I could find him around here somewhere.
Oh, you mean the big boss man that has to tell us what to do?
I guess. The way I heard it, he was kind of woo about the whole religious thing.
Yeah, he was like the first warforged with like true like sentience and free will. You know,
Oh, really? I guess he has a right to be proud of himself.
he also has an army of like a murderer like toaster, oven, microwave, and I think one was used to be a fridge.
Oh, yeah, I remember being told about the stories of those guys. I don't remember their names though. What didn't it? Wasn't that
22
like
beat
back
your
when
AC.
before a whole 22 beat my AC?
Yes.
Yes, that does beat my AC.
Yeah, just for a second, you just feel your entire body get electrocuted. Please take 5 points of damage as Ajax just casted a lower level synaptic shock on your body for talking shit about his failed experiments.
Ow! Fuck! Dude, I wasn't talking shit about them. I was just saying. I remember hearing about them. Damn! Lightning just came out of nowhere and zapped him.
Oh no, you just feel the zap, and you feel the magic is Ajax's.
So I just randomly spasm, yell
Yep.
out. So yeah, he's talking to the empty ceiling at right now. Then this guy thinks he's either crazy or I'm talking to voices, and I'm literally cursing at them.
As you can see, our god tends to be very prideful and sometimes spiteful when you talk about his failures.
Anyways, I'm just gonna go ahead and leave that alone for now. Anyways, Flanders.
Yes. He'll basically take you. You see that there is an elevator, but he's gonna take you up the stairs. And he makes you walk up 45 flights of stairs.
Thumper isn't winded. No problem.
Mm. And he knocks on a door and eventually brings you in, and you just see a decently, compact warforged. Like looks very like toned, I guess is the way to put it. His hair is almost like perfectly swept to the side. He has a mustache. Um and you watch as he turns and just goes, Hug, hug, dig, God fucking stutter. Let me say a bitch's catchphrase. Hug, diddly do. Welcome! Would you like some hot chocolate? I make some amazing hot
Thumper
chocolate.
Thumper is going to look at him like, oh god, he wasn't kidding.
Mm.
Uh, sure, I'd like some hot chocolate. That'd be nice right now.
Yeah, you
Especially
watch
after
as
Ajax just zapped the crap out of me.
oh, that's normal here. He's probably just aiming for me. Um, you watch as Flander like walks up, like a cup appears out of his stomach, and like the hot chocolate comes out of his one finger. His other finger comes out and like whips up some whipped cream, and then like another finger like drops like a Reese's cup on top of it.
He will fist bump the guy that escorted him, but otherwise he's just going to go in and talk to Flanders alone.
Hmm. Now, my
Okay.
child, what would you like for me to do for you in the holy sanctum of Ajax Steel?
He is going to sip the hot chocolate first
Hmm.
before putting it down and saying, hello, Flanders. It's nice to meet you. My name is Thumper, or Experiment 848 674 7. I am your young brother. I figured it would best that I come to meet you in person.
You watch as he just like give me a second, and he goes into another room. You want to roll perception to listen in to what he's doing? You're welcome to.
Yes. Yes, I absolutely would. Give me just a moment. That is a plus 3?
I think you're honestly going to beat him.
I rolled a natural 20. So 23.
He rolled a 10. So, like, as you listen in, you just hear, by the grace of the God above, why was I not forewarned? Have I sullied your name in some form or fashion that you did not communicate with me? um, but yeah, after he has this like little moment of, blaming himself for not being a good enough cleric, he just comes back out and it's like, well, hog diddly do. Looks like I have a little brother now. Again.
Yeah, he had a lot of experiments before he managed to make me. I am his first success of true life. Not not saying Warforges weren't true life. You were his first successful sentience. I'm his first true life, as in, fully blood pumping, brains, all that kind of stuff going on here.
You watch as, he like smiles and it's like, then this is an accomplishment we must tell to the clerics and paladins of our
Well,
god's true
not
power.
not necessarily. I kind of want to keep a low profile, and I want to, live a proper life, and not affect Ajax's major experiments, because, well, that's part of what my life is, to see how I do on my own after he's given me, basic sentience, life, and whatnot to continue on. But otherwise, it's just me living a life. You can tell them, sure, but don't specify me specifically.
Is this because Helos, the god of life, was doing stupid shit again?
Pretty much, yeah. He kind of, well, basically, he challenged Ajax, and you know how Ajax is when he gets, put up or shut up.
Yes, especially since our god no longer has the divine city, keeping him in check all the time.
Yeah. He does still talk to her on a regular basis, but it's pretty much just him. He does still have Luna to keep him in check, though she has to be a little more forceful on occasion.
I guess it's what happens when you make a god of research with someone who gets lost in research.
Yeah, pretty much. As you can tell, though, I'm not exactly the same category of person. I was just the first success. So there might be more in the future. As it stands right now, though, I'm not the bright one. I'm different. So I don't follow the normal mold like you and he did.
Well, according to him, during my form of creation, I have a major flaw, but our god Ajax Steel could never make such a flaw.
Actually, I think he's learned from the mistake, but it wasn't so much a mistake as in life needs flaws to actually be life.
Yes, according to him, he set my love for humanity a little too high.
I don't know how about that works, but that's between you and him.
But it is okay, he gave me divine ordainment. And then you just see a lightning bolt shoot through the building and bounce off of him and hit some random person down the hall.
Wait, was that actually what happened? Why I got zapped earlier? Or was he actually zapping me on purpose? I'm not sure.
And Flamebeast
Whatever.
is not going to answer a single, is not even going to answer that question. And
Ugh.
he'll just go,
Never
is
mind.
there anything else that
Go
you
ahead.
would like to speak about? I do have some things to do, my child, and you know,
Yes, I know you're probably not going to be able to do it right now because well, short notice and all that. But he will pull out his spike at this point and set it down on the desk.
Mhm.
Ajax made this as an item that I could use, something I could work with, but I already have this, and he will literally use his own shadow to create his dusk dagger.
Mhm.
So I don't really need two, but I'm wondering if we could maybe reshape. Ajax made this with what he had on the fly, and he pats the spike. But I'm kind of hoping I could have something, longer, like a spear or, maybe a halberd, something two-handed. Do you think you might be able to reshape it?
Oh, without you saying anything, you watch as he uses channel divinity, and it reshapes into a spear for you.
Oh, just immediately reshapes?
Yes, the channel divinity of a steel cleric is a prayer of crafting. They're able to create anything out of nothing, basically being able to use the fabricate spell.
Oh, I don't suppose the handle is collapsible by any chance?
If that's what you would have liked, that's the way the magic would have formed it.
Woohoo! So
Mhm,
Thumper is gonna actually pick up the spear
mhm,
and just play with a little bit,
mhm,
get a feel for it. Like, oh, that is awesome! I didn't expect to be able to do that today.
mhm.
I expected it to be like a year of trying to figure out blueprints and that kind of stuff.
No,
Well,
it's divine magic.
thank you very much, big brother. I appreciate it. And he will actually offer a bro hug.
Flanders will hug you back, and it's like kind of that very like fatherly type of hug.
I guess Thumper will give him a proper hug too.
Mhm. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and set the scene for your guys' final, mainly because I would like to have Ro here to actually do majority of the final, but I'll go ahead and set it up for you guys as we end. Um, Everyone is brought on a wooden rowboat. You do have a teacher there. Well, they tell you it's a teacher. In truth, it's just a third year. And then right next to you, you see like a yacht with like all of the teachers, just like watching all of the first years, like with like a drink in their hand.
It's a Mai Tai.
And this third year, Thumper, you recognize as the librarian aide.
The one I
And
talked to before?
yes,
Me.
and she just looks at you all and just go, it, the test you are doing is very simple. She will basically snap her fingers, and a crown will appear above all of your heads. And she's just like, if you could please surge your magic through the crown.
Surge it.
Thumper will do so.
Mm. Yes, roll me an Arcana check, and despite being a rogue, you can still surge some form of natural magic through it.
I have spell slots.
Oh,
Wait, you do?
you do?
I do. I do. I have
Mm.
mage armor and I have alarm.
Kind of
As
forgot about that. Then yeah, you all can either roll Arcana or you can just automatically pass it by spending a spell slot.
Oh,
I
I
Wait,
don't think
hold
I
on.
only
have that
have
right now. Oh no,
two
I do.
spell
No,
slots, so I'm gonna roll.
Mm.
I don't have any right now.
Uh, I'm going to go ahead and do the Arcana check
Okay.
because I need that one spell slot that I have.
I don't have any spell
Uh,
slots just yet, so mine's a 17.
Okay. Your
I got
flame
a 19.
erupts. Your flame also erupts.
Um,
Mm.
Okay, just to note, DM, that was a natural 20 minus 1.
I got a 19 as well.
So then in your flame is weird because your innate magic is from the void. So while everyone else's flame erupts in pure fire, yours is almost dark, and instead of like the others feel like a natural heat from theirs, but it's not like causing any harm. Yours feels cold, almost like it's void of any actual pure flame.
Okay.
And she will continue to go on and speaks out softly and just goes, "You basically have to survive for 2 days upon this island. It is filled with dangerous creatures, monsters, as well as other students have the right to attack you within the state. If you survive, you go on to the next year based on your grades. If you die, well, you die. I don't really know how to sugarcoat the death part, but do not worry. If death does occur, uh, you all have living wills, right?
We didn't get that assignment in class.
This is kind of assumed that you would have one.
I
You're
didn't know I
assuming
would need one.
you're assuming we have anything that needs to be passed to other people.
Well, I
Very
got a
true.
niece now.
You don't give people away unless they're children. She's an adult, so I think she's good.
Oh, I think we are on two separate pages.
Yeah, she'll just go, "I- If your flame goes out, but you are still alive, you have failed the exam, and therefore will be kicked out of the university. Or, well, we're the academy, so we need to remove that part of the speech. Are there any questions?
Can we come back if we're kicked out?
Now,
Also, you'd
Okay.
be you'd be dead.
Well, she said if we're not dead and our flame goes out.
Right. Um, I have a question for the DM, not for the professor.
yes.
Are our bracelets in? Do we have them now, or do we
Yes,
get them?
you would have been able to attune to him.
Okay, I would have passed those out on the boat trip, like
Also,
before we got on the boat.
Yay!
everybody roll me a D100 before I forget.
Okay. 86.
Well, actually, Vannon, you don't have to roll. Your money is actually standard month by month, unless you want to roll for extra.
No, it's fine.
Okay. Um, you would have gained a totality of 250 gold for your monthly supplies from Steel Industries throughout the year.
250, you said?
Yes, that would cover a year's worth of money that the guild would seem as appropriate. Um,
69.
you would have gained I'm gonna add this to you. You gain 71, not 71, 81 gold throughout the year through challenges. And
Who?
Thumper, that's Oslo. And Thumper, what did you roll?
86.
You would have gained 90 throughout the last year.
Yay!
So you guys can choose how you want to split up the 50 for your magic items between the three of you.
They were gifts. They didn't know it was a thing. They're good.
Okay, then it's all coming out of Oslo's book.
Okay.
Yes, if you guys want to say you've already attuned to the items, I'll send the actual description later in Raven Communications.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right.
Oslo will sleight of hand them on to them.
Roll me once again, sleight of hand versus. I want to say their perceptions with advantage. because it's their own bodies, and it's yeah.
12.
10.
Okay,
I got a 14 on the dice, so
I
14
believe
plus
you
8.
beat them. Yeah, you guys don't even realize a bracelet's been slipped on your hands. Now, do you want
Yeah.
to do this now, or do you want to do it like that morning canonically, so they had the time to attune to him?
That morning, so that we had
Okay.
time to attune. And then
Yes.
when we are alone on the island, Oslo will explain. Be like, everyone has these nice, pretty bracelets on.
Mm.
Um, and they make us harder to hit,
Oh.
basically. These will
Well,
help keep us a little safer while we are here.
that's
Wait,
useful.
what?
Where'd you get these?
Well, Thumper's partially to thank. Um, the day I met
I
him, he
am?
gave me, yes, the day we met, you gave me a bag of gemstones and metal. That's what these are made out
Oh,
of.
yeah. Oh! And he will look at his bracelet again, like, cool.
And
Now,
because
go ahead.
because of that, they are a special metal. Something about lightning, so it might also charge your phone as well. Um,
That'll be useful out here.
yeah. Um, but you should be attuned to it since I put it on as we got on the boat. Um, but yes, it will make it harder for us to be hit.
Now, I'll give you guys these now. Vannon, you gain magical resistance to the element of lightning when your bracelet is attuned to you.
Okay.
Um, Basically, since you take half damage, your bracelet can absorb up to 10 points of lightning that you can apply to a melee strike.
Hmm.
Oslo, you have radiant damage resistance. And once again, your bracelet can store up to 10 points of radiant damage to transfer to a melee strike.
Okay, cool.
And Thumper,
Yes?
you are gaining resistance to force damage.
Ooh, that makes my 4th resistance.
Bunny Boy is strong.
Bunny Boy, very strong.
And once again, your bracelet can absorb up to 10 points of force damage for your next melee attack. Um, and I'm actually going to end this here, so this way Ro can actually join the official, final for the year. Just like
What,
at
what
least
resistance
getting
did Ro get?
that actually makes sense for a mushroom. Necrotic.
Fire? Necrotic.
Mhm,
That works too.
mhm.
Wait, doesn't she already have necrotic resistance?
No, not as far as I'm aware.
Uh,
I can double check the character sheet later.
Okay. Works for me.
Yes, so I hope you guys had fun. I know this session was a bit, once again roleplay heavy, and we did a bit of a time
I
skip.
enjoyed it.
If there's anything you would want to happen within that year, just message me, and we can make it happen.
Cool.
I, I think
Um,
everything happened that Thumper wanted to.
mm, but yeah, thoughts, opinions, cries of outrage.
No outrage. Not yet.
Okay,
Nah, same here. I
give
enjoyed it.
me give me at least another like 10 sessions.
Okay. I can
Full
work with 10.
attitude.
I make no promises after 10.
Well, once you
Question:
go ahead.
the bugbear I met, is that who I think it is?
Who? Tell me who you think it is.
I think, is it? I don't know if it is husband or if it's one of the children.
It is one of the descendants.
Yeah, okay. It was giving husband vibes, so I was like, hmm.
No, no, no. No, this guy is a barbarian compared to Ajax's husband, who is a paladin.
Sorry, I can't think of husband's name off the top of my head, so.
Me either.
Husbando.
But so some NPCs. I'll give you guys this as fun facts. Towards the end of the session, the librarian aide. She is a monk. Way the dancer. These are NPCs that won't come up, so I don't give a shit about giving you, their shit. I won't be giving you gifts because once again you have a row who can copy those, and that would be fun to keep those hidden. The bugbear is the barbarian path of devoted love.
Hmm.
Yep, that
And
feels
then
great.
Interesting.
Who, knowing husband, that makes sense.
um, Van and Sister is a oracle. It's a subclass of sorcerer. And she used the spell palm reading, which was created with the help of between Shy and Ajax, made palm reading to help mainly Ajax understand people better. It's a spell that allows the user that when they touch someone, they can learn a name or preferred name, alignment, current thoughts, or emotional understanding, or they can look into someone's past up to a week. Your sister is unique due to her blessing and can look into a month in the past.
Her sister or her niece?
Niece.
Niece. I keep saying sister for some reason. I don't know why. Um, Ajax's barrier is a 8th level spell. When it is applied, it adds a +10 to a wizard's DC,
Damn.
AC. So
Until
at
the
that
end
moment,
of.
it lasts for 1 minute in its concentration.
Damn.
But it makes
It is
it,
powerful.
it is a powerful spell. That's why it's 8th level. It was made to counter like a power word kill and things like that.
Ah.
Um, but while it does protect the user, after that minute, the user enters 2 levels of exhaustion
Oof.
as a
Big
payment that
downside.
he's basically unhittable because his AC at that moment was a 30 when he used it
Yeah.
as a reaction with a quicken spell.
Dang.
But yeah, I hope you liked a little information about some of the NPCs that you've met. Um, and I know someone over here, mainly Kaylee and Nut, were probably taking notes about the NPCs that
At
Samara
least
was
the ones that
actively.
I met.
Yeah,
Oh, I have notes on everything, so.
I know you do. Next time you're coming through Tennessee, I'm gonna see like 2 binders of just notes from Chronicles, I bet. But yeah, I hope everybody had fun and the audience. Once again, I apologize for the bit of the tech issues. But once again, this is my channel, not yours, so I can do whatever the fuck I want. I hope you enjoyed the show. And Katya and Trixie, please don't sue me for stealing like one of your lines. Um, and remember, everybody, don't be late to class. Bye, y'all.
Oslo.